KeKe Wyatt is a well-known singer who actually is also well known for having multiple children. I think she has at least 10 children, and I mean biological children. And there are statistics that say that out of every 10 person, one of the persons will be gay or lesbian. Meaning, if you have 10 people, at least one person will be gay or lesbian. And KeKe Wyatt has, I believe, at least 10 children. The woman, she loves having children, but she doesn't seem to know how to really love her children if they're gay. The young man, Raja Key, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, young man, he is actually going viral about a very alarming statement. And I wanted to give you my lesbian reaction, and I'll let him speak about what we discovered about his mother, KeKe Wyatt.
Put a finger down if you were diagnosed with cancer as a teenager and your parent decides to publicly announce your diagnosis for personal gain and attention, but behind the scenes saying that your diagnosis is karma for you being a part of the alphabet mafia, and if they'd known that you were going to turn out like this, they could have kept their money.
So this young man is speaking about what happened to him when he was a child. He had to undergo a very severe, life-changing circumstance. He was diagnosed with cancer. His mother publicly announced that her child has cancer, and she received, obviously, a lot of support and praise, I imagine, because there's probably one or two main reasons why you would go public about why you are needing to share information about a child who has a disease or an illness. In this regard, cancer. One reason would be you need to vent. You're unable to keep this information to yourself because you believe that you need to share it with others because it will help you emotionally and mentally, and it can help someone else perhaps by knowing this information. So you open up and you share what some people may consider to be very private, personal information. And to be honest with you, a person's health diagnosis is not to be disclosed publicly unless the actual individual person chooses to do so. Because your medical health is private. And if you are not aware of that, you can find out through the HIPAA law. But KeKe Wyatt, of course, took to the social media to reveal that her son, her child, had cancer. The child was already in a very vulnerable position, but now you're looking at a whole bunch of media attention on your child who is ill. Some people in the public can be very kind, but a lot of people are not kind. They're vultures. But some people feel like the greater need is to reveal something personal that they're going through. So that's what KeKe Wyatt chose to do. She chose to reveal to the world that her son, her child, has cancer. Another reason, which is a second reason why a person may go public with some information to share to everybody, is because they may be seeking personal gain. Personal gain means they want attention. Some people, they want money. So if they see that people are gullible or people are very empathetic, they see it as a great opportunity to make announcements that, oh, I'm going through a hardship, but it's even worse because it's my child. My child is sick. I am in need. I don't know what to do. My back is against the wall. So an outpour of people may not only give you all of the condolences and the prayers and the heartfelt love that you so need. Now they're looking at you as someone who is also vulnerable, and they're going to do something for you that they believe will help relieve you of your pain. What could that be? They could praise you. They could say, oh, you're such a wonderful person. I'm so sorry you're going through this. What can I do for you? And then there's going to be people who may say, you know what? Let me give you some money, honey. Do you have a GoFundMe? Do you have a Cash App? Let me send you some money, honey. And so the intention of the person is always not known because, well, you don't really know the person. But when it's a situation where someone knows you and they've gone through life with you, then they really know you. They really know your heart. They know your character. They know your true intentions. And they also know how you've treated them. And this is one of those situations where somebody's true intentions gets exposed. So KeKe Wyatt's son, Erasure, the young man took to his social media account on TikTok and he shared his pain. Not only has the young man had to go through a harsh disease such as cancer as a child, that's traumatic enough. But then his mother announced it publicly to the world when he was a child, so that probably caused more pressure in his life because now he's got more eyes on him because KeKe Wyatt is a celebrity. She's a singer. And when you talk about yourself, that's completely up to you. But when you include other people, whoever that is, and in this case, your child, now your child is also being publicized because you're a celebrity. So everybody now knows your child has an illness. That can impact a child mentally and emotionally, maybe even physically. They may not be ready for all of that outside pressure. So sometimes it's best to just keep things private, especially when it comes to someone's health. And as I said, your health really is not anyone's business unless you decide to disclose it about your own self. Only an individual should make that decision, but it's nobody's right to disclose somebody else's health condition to the world because you can put them in harm's way. But this goes even further. It gets worse because this young man, he was tortured by his own mother, who refers to him as being a part of the, quote, the alphabet mafia, end quote. That is an insult about people who identify within the LGBTQIA plus acronym. It's basically implying that we're some type of cult, that we're an aggressive group of people or a hateful group of people or a monopoly, which is not true. But imagine hearing these insults, these slurs as a child from your own mother and you're sick with cancer. This is what this young man had to go through. This is what he had to endure. While at the same time, his mother was getting praises and accolades because, well, people know KeKe Wyatt for having this beautiful singing voice. But he knows who she really is behind closed doors, because it's his mother. He lived with her. He grew up with her. She is not the person who you think she is when you see her performing on TV, or when you go to her concert, or when you buy her albums, or you hear her on the radio, or you see her on her TV shows, because she's into reality TV. But they put their life on display on TV, and they get a lot of media attention. And so this is what this young man had to go through when he was a child growing up. He was thrust into the media. These children don't have a choice. And then the family acts like everything's happy-go-lucky, and they expect the children to be smiling and going on and carrying on like everything is all good. But the child is being abused. The child is being mistreated. And so now he speaks up for himself. He speaks up for himself. You know why? Because he needs to. People are not supposed to be treated like they are a handbag. I would imagine she treated her son like an expensive handbag. Like, oh, look at my beautiful handbag. Look at my beautiful purse. Isn't it gorgeous? But the handbag that she carried is a knockoff, was a fake. It's not authentic. It's not real. She treated her son, her own child, like he was a handbag, like an accessory. She didn't treat him like her child. She treated him like she wanted attention. She wanted people to see, oh, this is just such a beautiful handbag. Oh, she's so wonderful. Look, she can fix things up so beautifully. She's such a great mother. She's so wonderful. She can sing so good. She has such a beautiful life. Oh, I feel so sorry for her that she has to go through this with her child. Oh my goodness. So she gets all the attention and the praise, but her son is suffering in silence. And I commend the young man for standing up and speaking his truth, because nobody deserves to hold on to all of the pain and the deceit and the dysfunction. They don't deserve to carry that burden. He is his own person. He deserves to be himself. He didn't deserve to be mistreated by his mother. And he didn't deserve to be ridiculed and shamed for being a gay child. Sounds to me like she was more concerned about her money. She had a problem taking care of her son financially, who was sick. So it would make sense for her to run to social media and plead for empathy, because she knew people would pull out their handbags and donate to her. She didn't care about her child's welfare. And you know why she didn't care? Because he's gay. KeKe Wyatt has multiple children. And if you choose to be a parent, you are choosing to create new lives in this world that you are 100% responsible for. And you can't control who your child is. You do not know who they will become. But what you can do is you can control how you treat your child. According to her son, she didn't treat her child right. I'm sure she shows favoritism between her children. She favors the children who are heterosexual. But what does a person's sexual orientation have to do with you? Why are you being hateful to your own child about something that has nothing to do with you, that's not going to make you or break you? But because you are that child's parent, how you treated him could make him or break him, because a child is vulnerable. A child is 100% reliable on the parent. Yes, children, they grow up and they become adults and they're able to make their own decision, like this young man is making this decision to let the world know what really happened, how his mother, KeKe Wyatt, treated him for being a gay child while he was sick with cancer. The malicious intent, the covert narcissism that he had to endure with his own mother. You are responsible as a parent for as long as you live, how you treat your children. Even when they grow up to be adults to make their own decisions, because you chose to bring that child in this world, you have an everlasting responsibility to love your child. Don't ever think that what you do in the past will not affect your future or your children's future. Everybody's life can be a little bit easier, a little bit more pleasant, just by treating people with love. Thank you, Mr. Erasure, for speaking up for yourself. Thank you for standing in your truth, being a young man who identifies as a gay man. Be yourself, love yourself, and prove your mother wrong, because you are better than who she says you are. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. My handle is @Giselle A. Wallace, and have a loving day.